So, do you wish you had a rewind button so you could go back in time and do things differently? Well, we don't have one of those. I was scrolling through YouTube when one of those videos about elderly people talking about their biggest regrets in life showed up. Later on, a bunch of them started showing up. At that point, I was curious enough to dive into that topic, and what I discovered may shock a lot of you. So, stick around. At first, with only a few people, I thought the answers were going to be dramatic, like losing all their money or choosing the wrong career. But the first pattern was actually much simpler. Most people regretted the things they didn't try. When we're young, failure feels dangerous. You think if you try something and it doesn't work, everyone will remember. They won't. Most people are too busy worrying about their own life. But you'll remember. You'll remember the audition you never went to. The skill you wanted to learn but kept saving for later. And later's a very dangerous place to store your dreams, because later feels safe. But later also becomes 5 years, then 10. Then one day you're explaining why you never even tried. That was the first big lesson. People can live with failure. They have a harder time living with never knowing. People would have loved to ask themselves, will I regret not trying this instead of what if I fail? That question changes everything. Because if the answer is yes, then you already know what to do. After the first few hundred answers, the next pattern started showing up. A lot of people didn't regret being lazy. They regretted being obedient. They followed the safe path, the path that made sense to everyone else. And then, years later, they realized they had built a life that looked correct from the outside but felt empty from the inside. This is where money, status, and approval kept appearing. Not because money's bad. Being able to take care of yourself and your family matters. But here's where most of us mess up. We make money the whole point. We choose the job with more status instead of the one that actually fits us. We stay in a life we don't like because people respect the title. And slowly, we trade our time for approval. But later on, the bill comes. The bill is waking up and realizing you spent your best energy becoming someone you don't even enjoy being. That doesn't mean quit everything and become reckless. That's not the lesson. The lesson they realized was balance. If your whole life is built only around what looks impressive, you're in danger. Because impressive doesn't keep you warm when you hate your Monday morning. People would have loved to choose responsibility, but without losing themselves in the process. Because one of the saddest regrets was not, I tried and failed. It was, I became practical so early that I forgot what I actually wanted. At this point, the answers got heavier. Because once you get past dreams and careers, people start talking about relationships. And this is where regret stops sounding like advice and starts sounding like a warning. People regretted staying with the wrong person. People regretted leaving the right person. People regretted picking someone because they were young, lonely, or afraid to start over. But the biggest relationship regret was even simpler than that. People regretted the time they lost with people they loved. This part showed up again and again. Someone had an argument with a parent and stayed away too long. Someone was always working and barely saw their kids. Someone wanted to tell their mom they loved her more often, but now they can't. And that's the brutal thing about people. We can apologize tomorrow only if tomorrow gives you the person back. Most of us lived like everyone is permanent. Here's where all of us mess up. We wait for the perfect emotional moment, but some conversations don't need to be perfect. They need to happen while the person is still here. That's the conclusion they came to. After all those answers, the final pattern became clear. Most regret isn't about one moment. It's about what we repeatedly fail to care for. One ignored dream, one avoided risk, one life we keep postponing because we think we have unlimited time. That was the real problem. We don't usually ruin our lives all at once. Most of the time, we drift. We pick comfort today, then comfort tomorrow, then comfort again. So if there's one thing I learned from researching these answers, it's this. Your future regret is probably already visible. You already know the person you should call, and you already know the thing you should start. Life actually does give us warnings, but for some reason, they usually sound boring when we still have time. Spend more time with your family. Take the risk. Stop caring so much what people think. I'm sure you've heard those lines before. and haven't paid much attention to them until you hear them from someone 60 years older than you. Then they stop sounding basic and start sounding like instructions. Don't wait for a rewind button. You're not getting one. Pick one thing from this 1,000 people and start fixing it. Because what I realized while making this video is that regret usually doesn't arrive screaming. So do the things you want to do while you still have the chance. And yeah, that's all for now. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.